name is Peter van der Voorde, and on behalf of Golden Link Concessionaire, its owners Meridian and Aberdeen Investments, and our sponsors, Caltrans and the San Francisco County Transportation Authority, I'm excited to welcome you to the 10th anniversary of the Presidio Parkway opening on July 12, 2015. We have a great program for you today, but before we jump into it, we want to acknowledge that the land we're currently standing on is the unceded ancestral homeland of the Ramaytush Ohlone peoples, specifically the Yelamu tribe, who have stewarded this land for generations. We recognize their deep connection to this place and their continued presence. We honor their ancestors, elders, and relatives and commit to learning from and supporting their ongoing efforts to protect their cultural heritage and ensure their rights as the original inhabitants of this land. I also want to acknowledge the Presidio Trust, who manages the Presidio and developed this beautiful venue space we call the Presidio Tunnel Tops. We're honored to have today the Presidio Trust CEO, Gene Fraser, and former Chief Park Officer, Michael Boland. Join in celebration today. Exactly 10 years ago, I stood right about here, being armed or surrounded by media asking me if we were going to open the road on time after a 70-hour closure. And guess what? We did open on time on Sunday night, July 12th. And the beautiful, breathtaking tunnel tops we're standing on today would not have been possible without the vision of the late Michael Painter and the collaboration between public sector sponsors and the private sector developers and contractors who built the Presidio Parkway right beside us and underneath us. Michael Painter is survived by his wife Sue and son Josh Painter, who are here with us today. As you may know, this project was built in two phases. The first phase included the southbound high viaduct and the southbound battery tunnel. GLC then completed phase 2 of the Presidio Parkway through a public-private partnership. Today's program will consist of remarks from speakers representing the public and private partners, sponsors and champions that were instrumental in making this project a success, followed by a donation to the Golden Gate National Parks Conservancy and a reveal of a 10-year anniversary plaque. After the plaque reveal, I encourage you all to stay and enjoy the spectacular view. Hopefully by then the sun will be out. And enjoy a variety of food offerings from local food trucks here at the main parade lawn. In your badge you find a food voucher that you can exclusively use at one of the food trucks. Also please come back and visit the informational displays in the back, including the original models that Caltrans made available of the Presidio Parkway. And I will check back in throughout the program, but now it's my honor to introduce the first speaker and our biggest supporter of the project and the park, the Honorable Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi, who is known to be a regular in this park and the person after whom this very part of the park has been named, Speaker Pelosi.
Thank you very much, Peter, for your kind introduction. More importantly, for the great work that you have been involved in establishing this remarkable masterpiece of infrastructure. I was telling Peter earlier, as we were reminiscing about 10 years ago when we were here, that this, we were able to get like $300 million for this project. And usually that's the hard part. But for this project, that was the easiest part. Because as you can see from 13 speakers, there were very many aspects of our community involved in this. The one that really, I thought we were ready to go with all the things that have to happen to make this happen. And they said, well, we haven't had the permission of the Golden Gate Bridge. So why do we need that? Well, because on the parkway, there's some, and the light post, there's the orange. So that gave them as much say in how things would proceed. But Miriam, what Peter did and Miriam, what they have done was remarkable because they brought people together. It was a unifying, connective thing, masterfully building infrastructure in a way, as was said, public-private partnership and all that goes with the public side of that. Mr. Secretary, Gavin was here that day when we did one of them, groundbreaking or whatever. But my favorite story of that day is we're up here so excited. We got big money, we got big approval, we got all this stuff, we got Peter. And honors granted to all who are involved in this. But there were some women walking down on Chrissy Field, and some of them were my friends. And this woman walked by them and said, "What's going on up there?" And they said, "Well, Nancy Pelosi is speaking now." And she said, "Well, I don't like her. All she wants to do is spend money." Okay. And I'll tell you one of you reminded me of the story. When we were passing the bill and Jean Fraser, thank you for being such a good steward of the Presidio, but we were passing the original bill in the 90s, the Republicans, it was bipartisan, but there were some Republicans who just didn't want to do something for San Francisco. So we showed them all the things that were going to be here. It was so glorious, bipartisan, never a shot in anger, as the saying goes, for the Presidio, with 3 governments represented here over time. Everything perfect. And they come to the floor and say, "We're going to show you." They go to the floor, they have these posters. And the posters were pet cemeteries. Look, she wants to spend $1 billion on pet cemeteries. Don't ever criticize pet cemeteries. It's just not the way to go, right, Peter? I mean, I said, you are gone. Yeah, thank you very much, because, and the pet cemeteries, "Goodbye, Fluffy, we love you." Oh, these are all in the plaque, the things they had up there. So all along the way, this is about community. It's personal as our pets. It's as grand as protecting the environment, honoring the military that was here as good stewards before. It's about everything that is San Francisco. So this is a real tribute to us. And Mayor, thank you for joining us today and listening to some of the history of all of this. But it is a real tribute to San Francisco that the community, this was a very dangerous road here. I don't want to tell you what we called it, but it's a very dangerous road. So we had to get it done. And the community had this beautiful idea of how we would get it done. So thank you for continuing that tradition in our country. And thank you to all of you who played such an important role in this. It could not have happened without you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Speaker Pelosi. And what a great memory, the pet cemetery, which is still there today, because we had to protect it during the entire construction period. Nothing was allowed to fall on top of it, of course. So I think Richard of Flatiron knows what it took to protect it. Anyway, our next speaker, I'm very proud to introduce Senator Wiener, who was here for the groundbreaking, the ribbon cutting when we opened 10 years ago, and here again today. Big supporter of the project.
Thank you. I cannot believe it's been 10 years. When I first saw the invitation, I don't know, it seems like it was like 5 minutes ago. First of all, congratulations to the Presidio and to everyone who makes the Presidio work. This is an amazing, amazing institution. And Madam Speaker Emerita, thank you for, this would not exist as it is absent your incredible work and leadership. And I know it's decades of offense and defense, and so thank you so much for your leadership. Thank you. And I remember all of the jurisdictional issues because at the time this opened, I was the chair of our County Transportation Authority, and then I was also a member of the Golden Gate Bridge Board of Directors. So I saw it from various angles. It was extremely complicated, and there was a lot of North Bay, San Francisco tension, and it was quite a situation, but we got through it. And this is truly a gem in San Francisco's crown. This is one of our most majestic, iconic public spaces in a city that is filled with majestic, iconic public spaces. And I am so proud of this park, and I think we should all be proud as San Franciscans. This also, to me, really represents something so positive that pushes back against a narrative that's been happening for the last 50 years and that has unfortunately accelerated this year. And that narrative is that government can't do anything. Government needs to be torn apart. Government doesn't matter. It just can go away. You can fire everyone and just tear things apart. And we know that that is not true, that government can do so much good. And I want to shout out to all of the public servants, all of the workers at the Presidio and our park system who just come to work every day and make this city work. And this park is just another example of what happens when government and community, when everyone works together and takes a step and builds something that permanently makes our community better and more beautiful and more joyous. So congratulations, everyone. Happy 10th birthday.
I'm not this tall. I need to bring it down again. Thank you, Senator Wiener. The California State Assembly member for the 19th District, Catherine Stephanie, could not be here today. Thank you, Frankie Falzone, District Director, for being here on her behalf. And now I'm honored to introduce our next speaker, San Francisco Mayor Daniel Lurie.
Speaker Emerita, I feel like I'm on a shot clock. She said before, be quick. So I'm going to be quick. But it is so great to be out here today. San Francisco has no shortage of beautiful parks, but standing here in the Presidio, it's hard to think of a better view. And 10 years ago, as everybody has said, this looked very different. Many of us remember a very different view of Doyle Drive cutting straight through the Presidio. Today, this feels natural, like it's always been part of our city. And that is a testament to the care and thoughtfulness that went into this project. I brought my kids here so many times now, just like so many families do, and it's a good reminder of how far we have come. My kids don't remember Doyle Drive. They just know this place. And this transformation happened because people came together. It happened because the people here and across the city understand the value that this park would bring to our city. And it truly has made a difference. The Presidio Parkway made this area safer for drivers, as you alluded to, Speaker Emerita, and more accessible and welcoming for our residents and visitors. It turned roads into a place where families come to play. It opened up space where kids can run free, where people can meet for coffee or a picnic, all the while enjoying our beautiful view of the Golden Gate Bridge and the San Francisco Bay. This was actually California's first public-private partnership for a state highway project. And it worked because federal, state, and local leaders, many of whom are sitting here today, stepped up, and because community members shared the vision. So thank you to all of you that are here. I want to just say, as mayor, I want to thank everybody who brought this project to life. To Meridian, to Peter, thank you for your work. And I say this all the time now at City Hall, we are trying to build a new era of collaboration inside City Hall. And so my administration takes these projects as inspiration. So thank you, happy birthday, happy 10 years. Let's go San Francisco.
Thank you, Mayor Lurie. Great remarks. I'm honored, as our next speaker, to introduce Secretary Tokso Mashakin of the California State Transportation Agency, CalSTA.
Good morning. Good morning. Happy birthday, Team Presidio Parkway. It is excellent. I'm thrilled to join you on such a beautiful day. I've seen footage from 10 years ago, and this feels like a balmy summer day compared to how cold it was back then. Look, I know the speaker wants us to be brief and quick. I'm going to take a little bit of privilege because there are quite a few people to thank. First, Mayor, thank you for all the partnership that you are doing with the state on many fronts, including transportation, but really appreciate the partnership that we have with the governor and with you directly. But very importantly to this project, first, I can't think of anybody that has done more for transportation as a federally elected official than our speaker. She has been absolutely amazing in my tenure of almost 6 years of leading transportation in one form or another in the state. Everything from this project to, we just recently electrified Caltrain, high-speed rail support, on and on and on. Speaker Pelosi has been a leader for the state on infrastructure. So thank you for everything that you've done for decades and decades to support infrastructure and in particular transportation in this state. Thank you. Also want to recognize and thank somebody who's not here. He was a traffic and parking commissioner, some random responsibility he had. Then he became a county supervisor. Then somehow he became mayor. Then somehow he became the great governor of the state. I can't thank enough somebody who really fought hard to help make this project happen. Governor Gavin Newsom, give him a hand for all the hard work he did to help deliver this project. The state elected officials, Senator Weiner, I know you fight for transportation, clean transportation, a lot for the state. You fight for housing for the state. Thank you for the partnership with the administration on so many fronts. You just signed a really important bill on housing with the governor recently, so thank you for that work. I also see former transportation chair here, Jim Frazier. I don't know how many of you know Jim. Jim was instrumental for many years in the assembly side on helping to make this happen. Jim, thank you as well. All the state elected officials that are present, really appreciate all of your hard work. But very importantly as well, I want to recognize Team Caltrans. We have a new director. Some of you are familiar with her, Dina El Tawanzi. Dina, you're going to hear from her in a little bit. Dina, if you don't mind waving. If you have some, I've been telling her congratulations, but also condolences as she takes on an immense amount of challenges and problems. But if you haven't had a chance to meet Dina, I want you to make sure you meet her today. But also, there's a lot of former Caltrans and Calsta leadership who helped make this project happen. Many of them are here. From the director, Malcolm, I'm going to ask you to stand. Former and current Caltrans leadership, Bijan, Comey, please stand. Please stand. These guys, I stand on the shoulders of these guys. Jeff Morales, I stand on the shoulders of these guys who helped make this project happen. Thank you so much. And the current Caltrans team, if you don't mind, stand as well. Current Caltrans folks. Current, yeah. Yeah, thank you for the stewardship of this project. The two last things I'll share, just beyond a bunch of thanks to so many people who helped make this happen. Two things I already touched on already. Number one, the term P3. When it comes to P3, the key word in that is partnership. And in a time like we are in today, where divisive rhetoric seems to rule the day, as the mayor pointed out and the speaker pointed out, this can continue to serve as an inspiration for us of how to get things done. I see Executive Director Tilly Chang, SFCTA here. Yeah, please give her a hand. But without SFCTA, Meridian, our federal partners, Vince Mamano's here. Before it was Victor Mendez, the Federal Highway Administrator, who I know had a very major role to play in this, Ray LaHood, President Obama. With all without all that work together to help make this happen, we wouldn't be celebrating this. As the speaker mentioned, more than $300 million in federal funding alone, in ARA funding to help make this happen. So we can get back to that period where you had a Republican governor, Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger, and a Democratic mayor working hand in hand to help make this happen. We're not at that place today, but we can get back there where we're working, absolutely, we're working together to help make amazing things like this happen. So that partnership in P3, let's not lose it. The last thing I'll say is, in my tenure in the last 6 years, I've been very focused on something called the Core Four, the four most important things that I think we need to do to lift up transportation and help serve people in this state better. And those four things are safety, climate action, economic prosperity, and equity. Those are the four things that I think are the most important. And I'm not going to have a chance to connect those four things to this parkway and what's happened over the last decade and the decades prior, but I'll say specifically about safety and how important it is. At the time when this project was done, the structures on the parkway had a seismic retrofit rating, a seismic rating of a 2, not 2 out of 10, 2 out of 100. 2 out of 100. That's how dangerous and bad the structures were on this roadway. And because of a lot of the efforts, again, from Meridian and others, Caltrans, Calsta, this roadway got fixed and repaired and got done. But also even beyond the seismic challenges, for people who are walking, biking, driving, it was a dangerous facility, as it was noted and referred to already. But now you've got shoulders, you've got median dividers, you've got trails everywhere that connect people who are not driving. A much, much safer facility for people to walk, bike, and drive. And that's a big part of our responsibility out of that Core Four. So again, to many of you who helped make it happen, I know I didn't recognize everybody, the trust board members who are here, thank you for what you've done to create this amazing gem for the city of San Francisco, the Bay Area, and the state of California. Thank you and congratulations on 10 years.
Thank you, Secretary. And I just wanted to echo the third P in PPP is all about partnership, and we could not have done this without Caltrans and without SFCTA, through not just sponsors, but through partners during construction. And it wasn't always easy, and the OGs on that side can attest to that. But here we are, 10 years later, we're enjoying this, and we're seeing this success and the fruits of our labor, if you will. That brings me a good segue into introducing the next speaker, our new Caltrans director, Dina Eltawansi, and congratulations on your appointment.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dina Eltawansi, and I serve as the Caltrans director. It is an honor to be here with all of you today as we celebrate this project that truly elevates and raises the bar for what we expect when we reimagine, design, and construct infrastructure. I'm very proud of Caltrans' integral role into this effort, and I want to extend my heartfelt congratulations and thanks to all our team. I will not name them again since the secretary did, but we're very proud of all the work that you've done, so thank you. It's hard to believe, as Mayor Lori said, that only 10 years ago, this piece was looking very differently. And it's hard to believe what we've done to transform it into a cultural, educational, and recreational destination for all San Franciscans and visitors from all across the world. The Presidio Parkway serves as an inspiration to all planners and designers across the nation. I know it was a personal inspiration for me as somebody who's worked in the Bay Area for the past 17 years. Even though I was not necessarily involved with this project directly, I often drove by just to watch the progress. One of my proudest moments was coming out here as we celebrated the opening of the Tunnel Tops. And I'll tell you, I looked around to see the community and the excitement, and it's one of the most gratifying things you could ever see. This project serves as a proof that safety and mobility can go hand in hand with providing beautiful spaces for everyone to enjoy. I'm very proud of all the partnerships and collaboration with San Francisco County Transportation Authority, Golden Link, concessionaire and its owners, Meridian and Paradigm Investments. It's not easy to build a project like this. It requires a vision, it requires tenacity, and it requires trust. Trust among public agencies, trust among our elected leaders, contractors, businesses, and trust of the community that we are going to produce something for them that they will definitely enjoy. When I think of Presidio Parkway, I think of it, it's not just the model of what infrastructure can be, it's the model of what it should be. And as we continue to invest across the state in California here, I look to carry forward all the lessons learned that we have here. The lesson learned that infrastructure can heal, connect, and elevate communities. I want to congratulate all of us on this 10 years milestone. And I also want to thank you all for demonstrating what's possible when we all have a shared vision. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Altawansi. Next up, we have District 7 Supervisor and Chair of the San Francisco County Transportation Authority Board, Myrna Melgar.
Thank you so much. I'm the one who brings it down the lowest. I am Myrna Melgar, Chair of the County Transportation Authority, also Commissioner on the MTC. I'm a mother of 3 kids, and I also, like all the other speakers, have spent a lot of time here. I dance with a Brazilian samba group that is 300 plus people based in the Mission. My girls dance too, and we rehearse right here every weekend on the weeks leading up to Carnival. And so aside from it being beautiful, from it being safe, it has opened up in a very equitable way access to this beautiful corner of San Francisco for everyone in the community, from the Mission, from the Bayview, everyone who uses this space every weekend. So thank you, Speaker Pelosi, seriously, for your strong leadership on this project, really every project, because you are the queen of infrastructure. And infrastructure, as we heard, is sexy. Thank you. And also, we're so grateful to Senator Wiener for your constant championing of transportation funding. You are MVP. Thank you so much. Our agency, the County Transportation Authority, is proud to co-sponsor this project, having partnered with state, federal, highways, the region, our local community from the 90s to the opening in 2015. So happy birthday, Presidio Parkway. We have reimagined what this could be into a beautiful, equitable space. A special thanks goes to our agency's prior chair, former District 1 Supervisor, Jake McGoldrick, and also former Executive Director, Jose Luis Moscovich, who are both here today with their families, and for their tremendous leadership guiding this project from vision to reality, especially through the critical period of planning, funding, when people didn't quite know what this was going to be yet, in partnership with the state through the late 2000s. Thank you, Secretary Omishakin, Directors Altawansi and Taylor, for the state's essential role in this partnership. For the Transportation Authority, our incredible state and local partnership led by Jose Luis Moscovich, of course, who, aside from being here, flew from Spain with his partner to be with us celebrating this birthday today. Thank you for the perseverance. In the early 1990s, the Transportation Authority convened the Doyle Drive Task Force, chaired by Michael Alexander, who is also here today, ultimately recommended the design that was so elegant, conceived by Michael Painter. Alongside Caltrans, the TA also championed the innovative public-private partnership delivery method that would prove instrumental to the timely construction and smooth operation of the facility by GLC that we are enjoying today. Finally, the Transportation Authority was proud to provide over $200 million in local funds to coordinate with the MTC and North Bay counties to match the state and federal grants and loans. So thank you to all the funders, all the partners, as well as to our Transportation Authority staff. Several of them are here. If you could stand, please. Thank you. I think with what's going on in Washington and in the White House today, the best response for San Francisco is to be awesome, to be successful, to do more of what we know how to do it well, and do it beautifully. We express our collective gratitude to all of you for being here with us in this beautiful world-class city with beautiful, successful infrastructure, a legacy project for the safe passage and enjoyment of visitors, tourists, travelers from all corners of the world coming to our beautiful place here in San Francisco today and in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Supervisor Melgar. Next, we have District 2 Supervisor and San Francisco County Transportation Authority Board Member Stephen Sherrill.
Well, Peter, thank you, and congratulations, and happy birthday. But I am Stephen Sherrill, the District 2 Supervisor. Welcome to District 2. And it's great to see some constituents here. But overall, this is just such a wonderfully joyous moment. I am so grateful for the leadership and the community and the collaboration. Speaker Emerita Pelosi, Senator Wiener said it best. When we get together and work together, government can make things happen. And my job and Chair Melgar's job is to build off of the leadership of a former CTA chair and our Speaker Emerita to continue this work. And with Mayor Lurie, I think we're going to do that. And so I want to thank Tilly, the CTA team, the Caltrans team. Thank you so much for being here, because this isn't just for all of San Francisco, it's also for me personally. For my 4-year-old and my 3-year-old, and the amount of sand and water that we have to clean out of our house every time we go down to the park, which is basically every weekend, thank you. This means so much to us as a family, and we are representative to so many San Franciscans in this, from, as Supervisor Melgar said, across the entire city. This is an asset not just for this part of the city, but for the entire city, the entire Bay Area. It crosses socioeconomic boundaries, geographical boundaries, ethnic boundaries, anything you want to call it. It is simply fabulous. It is joyous. It is fun. San Francisco needs to be the #1 choice for families, and we need projects like this. We need affordability, housing, transportation, but we need projects like this. And Jean, to the Presidio Trust team, thank you for hosting us today. We are so lucky to have you, and we are so lucky to have the Presidio Trust. Speaker Emerita, thank you for giving us the Presidio Trust. And on behalf of my family and all other families, thank you to all of you who worked so hard to make this happen. Thank you.
Thank you. And sun is coming out. Thank you, Supervisor Sherrill. Next up, we had California Transportation Commission Director Tanisha Taylor. Unfortunately, she had to cancel at the last minute. We go on with our program. I'd like to introduce to you Meridian's Chief Operating Officer for the Americas, Omri Gainsbourg.
Good morning. I was also reminded to keep it quick, so I will. And it's very hard to follow all these great speakers and all the thanks, so I want to just repeat, but in a shortcut way. I want to speak on behalf of my colleagues at Meridian. I'm really thrilled to stand before you today as we celebrate this major milestone. It's really a historic asset. We've heard about the safety, the operations, the sustainability, success. It's been a decade. It's really our honor to have fostered that as Meridian, and we're really proud of the safe and reliable service for the people of San Francisco, all the communities that have been represented, but also California more broadly. And we look forward to the next 2 decades. For those who may not already know, Meridian is a certified benefit corporation. We're focused on sustainable infrastructure projects that enhance the lives of the communities where we invest. Together with Aberdeen, we are proud owners of the Golden Link concessionaire, the private sector partner to Caltrans. So thank you. When we put our shovels to the ground back in 2012. I don't know that we anticipated all of the challenges that we heard about, but we did set out to build a resilient regional gateway that would benefit the thousands of drivers that use this parkway and the visitors and the families that enjoy its parks every single day. Today, I'm very proud to share that this parkway project has successfully improved safety and mobility. It's improved transit circulation. It's improved pedestrian connectivity around the Presidio, and it's also improved accessibility under the Americans with Disabilities Act. At Meridiam, as we are committed to tackling climate change, we are especially proud that this parkway has been recognized for sustainability achievements. LEED Gold certification for its operations and maintenance control room, and the first Green Roads certified state highway project in California. As some of the speakers have mentioned, the Presidio Parkway is a shining example of how public-private partnerships can be an effective tool to deliver essential public services, ensuring that first, the public interest is best served, while also leveraging the private sector capabilities, capital, and innovation that we can bring. As we've seen here and elsewhere in California, this model can help public agencies scale up and speed up much-needed upgrades in our public services and our public infrastructure. Since the Parkway opened in 2015, our colleagues at Golden Link have operated and maintained the project and will continue to do so through 2045. By upholding the highest standards in operations and maintenance, we will ensure that the Parkway remains a modern, resilient piece of critical infrastructure that will support our community for generations to come. Thank you again for everyone.
Thank you, Omri. And now it's time to bring up Brendan Yee. Brendan Yee is the CEO of Golden Link Concessionaire, the project company that was instrumental in building phase 2 of the project with its contractors. Brendan.
Thank you, Peter. So happy birthday to everyone today. I'd like to take a moment to talk about what it means for us. 10 years of successful operations and maintenance. And I just want to take a brief moment to describe what those operations and maintenance are all about. The operations maintenance is managed by both Golden Link and our O&M contractor, Weber Infrastructure. And I'm going to celebrate their presence here today. But the operations itself means to all of our traveling public that we have 56 cameras monitoring the roadway 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. And we are out there to look for stalls, accidents, and any kind of incident that's going to obstruct the roadway. And we are going to show up within 10 minutes to help you. And if you're stuck on the road, we're going to help you get to safety in 30 minutes. And that is the amazing service that we provide to the public as part of this P3. The operations side is what you would expect. Operations is guardrails, it's painting, it's striping, it's roadway. But we also perform a service for the next 20 years. We're celebrating 10 today. 20 more years of renewal work. We will renew pump stations, the road, any equipment out there, lighting systems, all of those that will be renewed. And when we turn the project back to Caltrans in 2045, the project will be returned with a life remaining on the major elements of another 45 years. That takes us from substantial completion to 2090, nearly the turn of the century. And that's an amazing legacy that all of us can be proud of. The other side of it is the third P of partnership, which many of you have mentioned today. And we've been able to establish some amazing partnerships along the way, along with our direct contacts with SFCTA, Caltrans, and Weber. We've established relationships because of this project with the Presidio Trust, Stanford, the Arc of California. And I would like to today to put a particular spotlight on the Golden Gate National Parks Conservancy. So if I could have Michelle G. and Aaron join me up here on the stage. Aaron is our Managing Director of Aberdeen, and if I could grab the check. Michelle, it gives us great pleasure on behalf of Golden Link Concessionaire and its owners, Aberdeen and Meridian, to present you with this check for $20,000 to support the youth development programs. And if you would, take a few minutes to describe what that program is going to support. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Michelle G. I'm the Deputy CEO of the Golden Gate National Parks Conservancy. We're the nonprofit partner to the Presidio Trust and the National Park Service here at Golden Gate National Recreation Area. I'm truly honored to join you today in celebrating the 10th anniversary of the Presidio Parkway. With my desk at 603 Mason Street, the Christiesfield Youth Center for 9 years, I was literally eye level with Doyle Drive. So I was able to feel it, smell it, hear it, and taste it. And the Presidio Parkway was literally a breath of fresh air. The resulting opportunity to connect people and place truly transformational, an achievement that reflects thoughtful design, enduring partnerships, and a shared vision for public space. So on behalf of the Parks Conservancy, I want to extend a heartfelt thanks to Golden Link Concessionaire and its parent companies, Meridian and Aberdeen, for your generous and ongoing partnership. Your support not only connects people physically through infrastructure, it also connects communities to parks, to purpose, and to one another. Last year, your gift directly supported LINK, which stands for Linking Individuals to Their Natural Community, our high school summer program that introduces young people to their national parks, many for their very first time, in a truly immersive way. Because of your investment, LINK participants did more than build trails and restore native habitats. They explored climate action, justice, and community leadership. They began to see themselves as a part of the story of these parks, as future stewards, leaders, and change makers. And the impact continues. Many LINK graduates go on to become adventure guides, which is our paid internship program here in the Presidio. These young adults now lead interactive programs in the Outpost and the Field Station and have engaged more than 50,000 visitors each year, while gaining valuable professional experience along the way. One of our interns, Geronimo, summed it up beautifully. From middle school till now, these programs helped me grow into someone who's not afraid to lead. I've built a relationship with this park, and it's changed how I see my future. Geronimo's story is just one of many, but it represents the heart of what your support makes possible. So thank you, not only for celebrating this milestone today, but for investing in the next generation of environmental leaders. We look forward to building on this momentum and creating even more impact in the years to come. So here's to the next decade of connection, transformation, and possibility. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. So I'd like to also point out, if you can see the check, there's a QR code on there. We're going to set the check up in the back. If you'd like to make a donation, feel free. Every dollar helps. So I'd like to end by presenting some of the people that have really done the hard work on the day in, the day out basis. Earlier I spoke about our team and the Weber team, and I'd just take a minute to recognize some of the people that really make the operations and maintenance happen. If you could hold your applause, I've got quite a few people, and we're on a time constraint. So I want to start with my counterpart, Ramses Sargis at Caltrans. He is the chief in the maintenance division, and we work tirelessly to get these operations going. Then there is Ron Richardson. Ron Richardson is our Chief Technical Officer. He's been here since day one of construction, and he also reviewed every single plan for the park that you're now standing on. Next, I have Wen Trin. Wen is our project coordinator. Wen has been here just 1 month shy of as long as Ron has been. I think they're on 12, 13 years. Wen is the person that holds our entire job together. She's the glue. She keeps me on schedule. She keeps everybody in line. And if you know her, she does it without being too militant, but she's fantastic. And she's also responsible for handling almost 200 invitations for today. Next, we have Sharon Carey. Sharon Carey is our CFO. She takes care of all our financial matters, but she's also the force behind everything you see on this lawn today. The tents, the chairs, the stage, the cameras, the coffee cart, and most importantly, the lunch we're about to enjoy in about, if I can keep it going, in about 10 minutes. Next, we have the operations team of Weber Infrastructure led by Paul Staten. Paul is the president of Weber Infrastructure. Dave McCourtney is his regional manager. Ollie Goodwin is my daily counterpart at Weber. Ollie's in the crowd. There's Ollie. And Bruce Taylor, who is their operations manager. And if I could also have Bruce's team, the entire team of Weber stand, they are the ones that are there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to rescue you and haul you off the roadway. And a special shout out to Bruce Taylor, because Bruce Taylor is the one that handles all of the middle of the night calls when there's an emergency out on the roadway. And he enables me to have a full night's rest every single night. So shout out to Bruce, thank you. And if I missed anybody, I apologize, and I'll thank you personally after the event at lunch. Peter.
Thank you, Brandon. It's now time to reveal the 10-year anniversary plaque, and it's my honor to call up the director of the San Francisco Transportation Authority, Tilly Chang. Tilly has been instrumental to the successful delivery of this project since her first day in the authority in 2013.
Thank you, Peter.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. Thanks, buddy. Hi, everyone. Wonderful to see you all. It is such a joy to be here with you to celebrate the 10th birthday of the Parkway. I am honored to be a partner with you, Peter. Thank you for your leadership over this entire project. We all have reason to be proud today. Infrastructure is about people at the end of the day, and we have all heard testimony about how everyone has been enjoying this magnificent project. But it's more than just a functional highway. This is infrastructure as art, right? And it echoes the beauty of its surroundings like great art. However, the Parkway also pushed the boundaries and forged new ground as the first and only P3 on the state highway system. That took a lot of work. I've even heard a few jokes earlier today about labor and how like the pain and the challenge of labor then gives way to this amazing feeling of joy. And you forget all of that because at the end of the day, it was a labor of love. Mr. Secretary, you mentioned labor, and I know Speaker Pelosi very much cares as well, that the many hands that built this project include our brothers and sisters in labor. So we really do appreciate all of the work that everyone has done. So thank you as well to you all for your participation today in celebrating the work of the Presidio Parkway. And why don't we go ahead and unveil this beautiful commemorative plaque that Peter and I would like to present. Peter, I'll go ahead and, if you don't mind, I'll read the names. I'll start with the inscription, and then I'll read the public sector folks who we're honoring today, who are champions of this project. Peter will then present the private sector partners. So the inscription reads, opened on July 12th, 2015, the Presidio Parkway is the culmination of 2 decades of regional collaboration and citizen advocacy to create a new gateway into San Francisco from the Golden Gate Bridge. Conceived by landscape architect Michael Painter, the design improves safety and access for all while enhancing the beauty that surrounds it. This plaque honors the project's champions and unique public-private partnership that enabled its success. Dedicated July 11th, 2025. Now, as I read the names of those honored on the plaque, I would ask folks to please stand or raise your hand to be recognized, and afterward we will take a photo and distribute your own individual replicas of this plaque for your enjoyment, and we will mail it to those who couldn't be with us today. Speaker Pelosi, thank you so much for your tireless leadership for our city and nation, as well as leadership on infrastructure and transportation. As so many have mentioned already, you are core to this project. The ability to receive the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act funds from the stimulus bill was key to bringing it over the line, and your work to champion infrastructure through the recent Infrastructure and Investment Act is so important for our nation. So thank you very, very much. We also are pleased to honor the late Senator Dianne Feinstein on the plaque, recognizing late Senator Feinstein for her work to support this project and Leader Pelosi throughout the tenure of both of them. Next, from Federal Highways, thank you so much to Vincent Mamano, our California FHWA Administrator. Vince, thank you for being here. We also appreciate Alyssa Canove, who's the current Division Administrator for California. But really, Vince, you were so core and critical. Thank you for your help to get the approvals, the funding, all of it, and being a great partner to all of us. Of course, we recognize the former Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger. Former Governor Schwarzenegger's administration was an amazing partner to San Francisco. As Mr. Secretary, you mentioned, it was really the Purple Partnership Project. I'm going to throw that out there. The PPP was another version of PPP, was Purple Partnership, because it was the bluest of the blue here in San Francisco with an amazing administration at the state level. I also see other folks from the administration previously. Kate White is here. Thank you, Kate, for continuing to work on this. And I believe others have also been mentioned. Dale Bonner was, of course, former secretary who was instrumental in securing key approvals for the Phase 2 P3 project, so he's also mentioned and recognized here. And of course, I'd like to also celebrate Will Kempton, our Caltrans director, former director, who's represented here by his son today, Mark. Thank you for representing Will, who is beloved and was so important to helping this project be realized. Now we get to the three amigos. We've got Malcolm Doherty from Caltrans. Thank you, Malcolm, for being here and for your leadership. Malcolm, of course, was appointed by Governor Brown in 2012 and was instrumental in pushing for sustainable design and context-sensitive planning at Caltrans. I see also, of course, Jeff is here as well. I wanted to recognize, of course, Jeff Morales. Thank you, Jeff, for your leadership. We've got Kome Ajise, who was deputy with Malcolm, but then became acting for a period. Kome Ajise, thank you for being here. Together with Bijan, I think you guys were the Three Musketeers. And of course, we've got Bijan Sartipi, our celebrated former District 4 director, succeeded now by Dina, who we're so delighted to see leading the department now. Bijan's project, this project was just one of so many legacy projects during your tenure. So we appreciate all the time you put on this one, and the leadership of the entire District 4 team, many of whom are here today and are too many to thank. But of course, I've got to mention Skip Selko, who's the project manager. Skip, congratulations and thank you for all your hard work. Together with Dave Pang, thank you for the Pang family being here. Lisa, Dave managed the construction of Phase 1 and of course Phase 2. So we very much honor the late Mr. Pang. Dave Yam, thank you and congratulations to Dave Yam, who's also on this plaque. So many others, Lenka and Sean and Dennis. We were just enjoying some stories about everything from the demolition to the construction of both phases. Congratulations to Caltrans for being a tremendous partner on this project. Now, when Caltrans and the TA were tasked with replacing Doyle Drive, our top priorities were to design a project that met safety standards, of course, reflected community needs, and our local, of course, landscape architect, Mr. Painter, achieved all these goals in his parkway design. The P3 helped realize that vision, and we had a lot of challenges, as I mentioned, but we also had fun moments. including the discovery of the now famous Doyle Drive Manzanita plant. So I have to mention this because we all thought that was extinct. So it's hidden somewhere in a secret location, so you guys can't actually know where to go, but just be glad that it was found and was preserved and safely transplanted. So thank you to the team for doing that. I want to mention that because this project was so much about the partnership and collaboration and innovation that has been mentioned today. And from our side, we're so fortunate that the state and local partnership was led by Jose Luis Moscovich, our former executive director, who's here today, of course, with us. Thank you, Jose Luis. It's so important, and I'm overjoyed to help give you your flowers as very much the driving force behind this project with your vision and bold leadership. So, and of course, Jake McGoldrick, who I thought was here. I'm not sure if he is with his wife, Althea, as our chair. We were so blessed to have Jake for 5 years as our chair. And then, of course, we could not have done this without ARIP and WSP, who were our joint venture partners on this project, represented by Ignacio Barandiaran. Ignacio, he was really sort of the mastermind of a lot of the P3 strategy, and John Fisher. Thank you, John, for overall project management and all of the approvals and getting it through the processes together with our team. Gary Kennerly here led environmental, Bo Wright, Sabina Vandersluis. Thank you all for your work and hard work on this project. Molly Graham was our spokesperson. Thank you, Molly. We could not have done this project without Molly, who many of you probably all know, and Paul Pendergast, who led DBE and all of the contractors, the diverse women-owned, LGBT-owned, underutilized minority folks who helped get this done. I do want to recognize Ms. Bimla Reinhardt, the late CTC director, who was recognized on this plaque as well. CTC's partnership was key in approving funding and ensuring the oversight of state funds on the project. From the Presidio Trust, we have CEO Jean Fraser, of course. Thank you, Jean, who came in with me at the time to get this thing over the line with Bijan, and it was incredible to work with you then, and I appreciate you so much. On the plaque, we recognize your predecessor, CEO Craig Middleton, as well as Michael Bolton, who is here today. Michael, you were incredible, and you fought for this project because you saw the vision of the tunnel tops and everything that was possible with this project. So from there, we want to definitely recognize Michael Alexander, who chaired the TA's Citizens Advisory Committee. Michael is here representing, at the time, SPUR, and Jim Chappell is here as well. Thank you, Jim, for your work at SPUR over the years to support this project. And of course, throughout the time of the project, we worked together with the National Park Service, the California Department of Veterans Affairs, Golden Gate Bridge, Highway and Transportation District, Marin and Sonoma counties, who came in for funding, and the MTC. Thank you all. At the MTC, I think Kenny Cow may be here. And on the funding side, I did want to mention, of course, Anna Fort, our of course, longtime funding lead. Anna, thank you for your work. Sorry, I meant to mention you earlier. Now let me turn it over to my partner, Peter, JLC.
Thank you, Tilly. Yeah, like I said, the construction was delivered in the 2 phases. So I'll start with recognizing the phase 1 contractors. Giolotti Brothers here today. Michael Giolotti, please stand up to be recognized. Oh, there he is. Thank you. C.C. Myers, Clint Myers represented. Stop. Unfortunately not here today. A representative from another contractor instrumental in phase 1, R.L. Brosemer. Then continuing with the phase 2 contractors and engineers, Flatiron, here represented by Richard Grabinski. Kiewit, represented by Rob Farrell. HNTB, represented by Todd Hoekstra. Moving on to the developer, and we've already talked a lot about them. Golden Link concessionaire, but I'd like to recognize Ron Richardson again, who was instrumental during the construction as our project manager and reviewer of the plans for the actual tunnel tops. Next is Golden Link's owners and investors, represented here today by the members of the board, Jim Frazier, Greg Amparano, Aaron Epstein, as well as Meridian COO Omri Gainsberg. Please stand up to be recognized. And last but not least, our operations and maintenance provider, Weber, represented here by Paul Staten. Thanks again. We reached the end. Speaker wants to say something.
It's so wonderful to see the appreciation extended to so many who contributed so much to make this beautiful, beautiful project possible. A couple names I want to mention, just a couple, that's two. Maybe it's three, a few. Jerry Brown, who was a governor, we talked to him all the time about the transportation issues. Jerry Brown had a famous quote. He would say, he would quote Shelley, the poet, Jerry Brown. He'd say, the greatest force for moral good is imagination. Michael's imagination to provide this vision was so inspiring to all of us, and again, united everyone behind that vision. Thank you, Michael and Michael's family was here. The other two are Barbara Boxer, who was senator and congressperson, actually, when some of this started. And I'm here with my daughter, Christina, my daughter, Nancy Corinne, spent a lot of time at this park, but they know Barbara's role. She was very proud of all of that. But I have to say this as we come together. For over 125 years, our city has been blessed with the building trades of the labor movement. All of the successes we have with infrastructure would not be possible without their courage. I mean, this Golden Gate Bridge, the ironworkers, you want to go do that? You want to go climb up there? The ironworkers, but all of the building trades. So I don't know if any of our friends from the building trades are here. If you are, give us a wave. But as we recognize all of the elements of the 3 Ps and the rest, let's also remember the courage, safety is our prime thing, of course. Safety, beauty, imagination, the whole thing. But the success of it, working with Weber and others, is really, we owe a great deal to our friends in the labor movement, and I wanted to make sure that they were acknowledged as well as the others here today. And once again, let's thank Peter for his great work on all of this. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you. So it's been a busy program with a lot of speakers, and so we'll keep it short and sweet. I want to thank the team who organized this event. I actually would like them to all stand up without naming all their names. Wen, Sharon, Cheryl. Who I forget?
I'll add Pedro from Caltrans, Cheryl Chambers, Yana Waldman and Daniela Ribley, and Cynthia Fong. Thank you. Andrea Parker from the Presidio Trust.
All right. Well, I apologize if we missed anybody. I see Christina Suri. We forgot to mention you. Could not have done it without you. That leaves me with 2 important messages. So for the speakers and the plaque honorees, and those that have a pin on their lanyard, please come to the stage area for photo opportunities. And it's on this side of the stage. And then, like I said in the beginning, you should all have received a food truck voucher. You can use them at the food trucks at the main parade lawn across from here. Please, once you get your food, feel free to return back to this area, enjoy beverages, ice cream, and a commemorative gift that I believe Wen is going to protect. You won't get unless you come back and hand in your lanyard. Thank you very much.